All right, have and have not fans, this is it, the exclusive look at the haves and the have-nots trailer breakdown video. First off, thanks to everyone who has sent me links, have sent me encouraging notes about the fact that they can't wait to see this trailer. You know the drill. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button, bell notification icon. That way you don't miss out on any new content. Guys, we are less than 1,000 subscribers away from 40,000. That's my goal for the channel before next Tuesday. But as you already know, the long-term goal is 100,000 subscribers, just because 100,000 is such a round number, and the fact that, you know, I get a silver play button from YouTube if I hit that milestone. So let's do this. But just some opening notes before I get into this video. Number one, if you are one of the trolls in the comments who say, you know what, Jeremy, you talk too much, this video ain't for you, because there is a lot for me to talk about. Probably things I'm not even going to cover in this video, because as you all know, I do extensive trailer breakdowns. Then from there, you know, I branch off doing other theory / discussion videos. So don't think this trailer breakdown video is the end of the videos before next Tuesday. Oh no, there is so much more for me to talk about. Number two, I am actually going to do my usual thing, you know, all credit to OWN, Tyler Perry Studios. We're actually going to go ahead and play the clip of this, like 51-second long trailer, technically about 45 if you cut off the first few seconds for the Ford thing. So you know the drill. Also, a quick shout out to Broderick, aka Giovanni. He's the actor that portrays Broderick in the actual show, The Haves and the Have-Nots. And Keith Burt, aka Derek. These were, if I'm not mistaken, by the time of this recording, these were the first two cast members of the show that reached, well, you know, I tagged them in my Instagram live stories when I was talking about the trailer, and they got back to me saying they are excited and they can't wait to see the trailer video. I know Giovanni was like, hey, I can't wait to see what you got, brother, and I want to share it. So shout out to you two. If any other stars reach out to me after this point, I'm sorry I didn't give you a shout out, because, well, I'm recording the video now, but I'll definitely shout you out later. So guys, with that being said, buckle up, strap yourselves in, relax, and pay attention. I watched this trailer 12 times. I got all the screenshots, and thanks to Tyler Perry crew, Melrose One. Dang, I'm sorry if I forget anybody, but there are a lot of people that actually sent me messages about the trailer, sent me screenshots and everything. If I didn't get to you, I am sorry. There are just so many people to name. And what I want you to do, focus on the trailer, guys. Focus on the trailer. If you go through my video and you see pictures like, wait, I don't remember that happening, don't worry about it. Just go back to the part of the video where the trailer played. Better yet, I'm actually going to include a link to the actual trailer in the description box below. I might actually pin it as the first comment on this video. That way you don't miss out. So I know you're probably tired of hearing me talking at this point. I don't blame you. We all know what we're here for. So guys, again, all credit to Tyler Perry Studios, Tyler Perry OWN TV. Let's go ahead and watch this exclusive look of the haves and the have-nots.
This exclusive sneak peek is brought to you by Ford. Go further.
Okay, now first off, thank you, Ford. I mean, if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't get this trailer. And you know what? That's pretty cool. Like, I didn't expect this trailer at all. And the fact that we have a company, you know, I was always thinking, what if Ford was actually one of the creators of one of the vehicles on the show that got blown up? I don't know if that'll be good advertising, but at the same time, people will be like, well, we know Ford vehicles can't survive an explosion. So yeah, go Ford.
Bang, bang, boom.
Bing, bang, boom. And we get a recap of the explosion. Now, at this point, you're probably cursing me out through the screen. Jeremy, what the heck are you doing? Play the trailer. YouTube's fair use policy. This trailer is nearly a minute long. If I don't break it up into small sections, YouTube is going to block this video. So with that being said, there might be at least one or two more times where I cut the trailer for these small breaks. And remember, don't curse me out in the comments. I have to do this because of fair use policy. If I don't, YouTube will take this video down. I'm putting a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into this. So if you're pissed off at me, be pissed off at YouTube's policy.
Give me the money.
It's time to start paying for his crimes.
What did you do?
This is a deadly game that you're playing.
When was the last time somebody was this crazy about you?
You have no idea the atrocities that await our son in jail.
Are you trying to kill me?
My family's after you. Do not go home.
You have messed with the wrong person.
Mark my words. Catherine Cryer is mine.
What the hell are you doing, Candace?
Dusty, you demon. What's your name?
Okay, if that trailer hasn't been breathtaking at this point, what I need you to do is relax, because these last 13 seconds will blow your mind.
Good, upstanding Christian family.
We got a casualty.
This night keeps getting better and better.
Well, have and have not fans, that was one heck of a trailer. Once again, I apologize for not playing it all in one consecutive tape. But as I said before, copyright, I don't want to have to deal with that crap. But my gosh, I have no words to describe that trailer aside from breathtaking, especially those last 10 or 13 seconds right after Jim talks about how we're a good, upstanding Christian family. And then it just went in. So many fights. And you know the amazing part about this trailer, I could be wrong, but maybe when I get into the details, you know, I might contradict myself. I think we only saw like 2 love-making scenes. Usually those trailers are full of them. They're hot and spicy. But this one was all about suspense, drama, fighting. So, guys, I have 4.5 pages of notes sitting in front of me as I record with my microphone. I am going to try to keep the rustling noise to a minimum. So I'm going to be reading over the paper. If you hear like that rattling sound, just know I'm going through the papers. But let's get started. And I actually got 2.5 pages of notes detailing all the scenes. Then I have a 1.5 pages where I actually wrote down all of the dialogue in the trailer. There are a couple of scenes where the dialogue was a bit rough. I couldn't make out even with subtitles and opening the script or transcript for the video on the own website, YouTube page. So if I make a mistake, bear with me. But just the opening, of course, you know, the sponsor Ford, but also it looks like we get a quick recap of the car explosion in David's face. And well, actually, yeah, David being blown back by the explosion, Veronica going bing, bang, boom. And here's the part where we really got to pay attention to stuff. So looking at the actual trailer, we see it looks like Candace is standing in front or near or beside Catherine Cryer. And I think the dialogue over that was like, give me the money, which I'm pretty sure she's talking to Hannah about. And also, on my computer screen, I have the episode synopsis for The Road to Hell, The Black Dress, Three's a Crowd, A Father's Regret, The Damn Defibrillator, episode 28, Laugh Not to Cry, which airs September 11th. And a lot of the episode synopsis are actually in this trailer, which is amazing to me. So the scene where we have Catherine and Candace looking at each other, I believe that's from the episode Three's a Crowd. But as we go on, maybe I'll just go through all the scenes, and then I'll go back and do the episode, you know, like what episode I believe it's in. But then right after we see Candace and Catherine, because you can tell by Catherine's hair, we also see, it looks like Hannah's bloody on the floor, which I'm guessing is from the intruder in the house, which I'm pretty sure we can assume is that big buff black guy that Candace sent over to muscle her up. We also see Benny and Mitch together, and I believe the dialogue is the, yeah, dang guys, there's a lot of stuff in here. My gosh. It looks like we have Benny telling Mitch, like, my family is after you. Don't go home. So that pretty much means Benny's going to be on the run for a little while. After that, we see, it looks like a lawyer's meeting with Jim to represent Wyatt. You probably like, Jeremy, why do you assume that? A couple things. It looks like Jim is in like a courtroom or something like that, or a courthouse. And then there's a blonde woman that walks up to him. And then later on in the trailer, it looks like we have Jim roughing up Justin in the interrogation room, where we have Wyatt sitting down. Jim's in there, Justin's in there, and then we have the blonde chick with the briefcase. So we can assume that's Wyatt's attorney, the one representing him, because Jim's probably going to try to get him out of jail. And after that, we have some recap scenes of Hannah talking with Catherine, just giving her the reassurance that she did the right thing about turning Wyatt in. Jeffrey arrives at the scene of the car explosion. I'm excited because we have the freaking FBI for once. I mean, the fact that we actually see the FBI in action doing an investigation is really, really, really exciting. I think the dialogue here is that Jeffrey is talking to Veronica saying, "What did you do?" And hopping back to the scene where it looks like we have Catherine and Hannah on the screen together. Catherine saying it's time for him to start paying for his crimes, talking about Wyatt's facing the consequences for what he's done. And I think the next bit of dialogue after that is last chance, which I'm probably assuming refers to Hannah. But even before that, we have brief scenes of it looks like Jeffrey's sitting at the bar at the hotel and a woman is beside him and he has this mean look on his face. I'm guessing that's Gia once again. And then from there, it looks like Veronica sees somebody in her house just based off what she's wearing. Somebody must be in her house. Then Candace is sitting on her bed, and I think Hannah's there as well based off the black dress she's wearing. The black dress, that's episode 24. And I think that's when Candace is like, last chance. And right after that, we see Waiting to Exhale. I'm sorry about that. We just see RK and Candace walking away from a van in the middle of just like a random road at night that's on fire. RK looks surprised. Candace has a hands full of money. And then I think Benny's talking to Candace. This is a deadly game that you're playing. And then in the next scene, we see Benny and Candace together. Most likely talking about the money, you know, where Candace is trying to convince Benny to give. No, excuse me. Candace is trying to convince Benny to tell Hannah to give them the money, but she's not going to do it. It looks like Candace is slapping somebody, which we can assume is Gia. And you're probably wondering why she's doing that. I'll get to that later in the trailer. Then right after that, we have Jeffrey and Justin in the hospital. I'm assuming it has to do with David, you know, Justin creeping on him. And, you know, Jeffrey ain't having none of that. And it looks like they're talking to each other. Justin saying, when was the last time you had somebody crazy about you? And once again, we have Jim and Catherine together talking about Wyatt. And Jim's like, you have no idea what atrocities await our son in jail. And after that, my gosh, looks like Justin is bringing some big guy into the same cell as Wyatt, which we can probably assume is a Malone. And then Wyatt's like, are you trying to kill me? And as I said earlier, it looks like Benny's being followed by a couple of guys, which looks like it's a Malone indeed, just based off the dark nature of what's going down here. And that's when Mitch says, my family's after you, do not go home. And then we have a brief recap of Melissa jumping from the roof. And what I want to pay attention to here is I've already done multiple videos about Melissa's fate. I do think she's dead. Notice that in this flashback, the coloration is like black and white with a heavy emphasis on Melissa's lips being red. I think that's a sign that it's blood and whatnot. So I think she's dead. Not to mention, when you think about it, remember at the beginning of this video, there was a brief recap showing the car explosion going off and David being knocked back. Then a little further in the trailer, we get a little flashback of Catherine being consoled by Hannah about she did the right thing by turning in Wyatt. Keep in mind that scene wasn't in black and white. So why is Melissa's jump the only scene that's black and white? You know, when she's jumping, we see Hannah, the doctor, and Veronica's reaction. I think that's a clear indication that Melissa's dead, y'all. I mean, I really do think she is. And then Veronica says to Hannah, you have messed with the wrong person. And let's see here. And then in a blink and you miss moment, we actually see a cop car rolling up in front of Hannah's house. It looks like there's already a cop car there. There's a cop standing outside of the car. A car rolls up, which we can assume is Justin, because if you look, that same big white dude in a black suit, who I'm guessing is a Malone, is the same guy that's being brought into jail by Justin, put into the cell with Wyatt. So this guy actually goes ahead and punches Justin in the face. So that's probably what gets him arrested. And right after that, you know, we have the scene where Veronica threatens Hannah. And again, that's the dialogue of you're messing with the wrong one. And next up, we have the return of Mr. Giovanni, a.k.a. Broderick himself, talking to Rocky, saying that, mark my words, Catherine Cryer is mine. First off, Rocky, it's good to see you back on the job. And it looks like Broderick is kind of blocking side of Rocky's face, and head. So I can't tell if his ear is healed as well. But it looks like the bandage that was on his top of his head is gone. So it looks like Rocky is back in commission there. And looks like Broderick and Catherine are getting it on, so that's pretty interesting. And then, like Giovanni said in several interviews, Broderick is going to be playing a key role in the next huge chunk of episodes. So I'm pretty sure we can all be excited about that. And looks like Charles is going to this hotel to see Candace. So yeah, Charles and Candace are going to meet up face to face. And can I just stop and say how wonderful Tinka Sumner looks in that pink robe with her hair back like that, or hair up? That's pretty damn good. Looks like the next bit of dialogue is RK to Candace. What the hell are you doing, Candace? I'm guessing that's RK. They don't really show who's talking to her, but I'm going to guess that it is RK. And right after that, we have Hannah. It looks like Hannah's walking away from a house upset. I'm guessing that it is Catherine's house based off the look of it. And Hannah is highly upset. My guess is that this is the night after she gets attacked at her house by the thug that Candace sent after her. And then we see that Hannah's going to confront Candace in her room at the hotel, most likely. And then that's where she's wearing the black robe. And I had to go back and rewatch this scene several times to try to piece together the dialogue. But I could be wrong, but I think the wording is like, last thing he gave me was your name. So I'm assuming that the guy that broke into Hannah's house and whatnot with the mask is the same black guy, the big black guy that RK got for Candace to muscle up Hannah, and he gave her the name. So I don't know if the guy's dead. I'll get into that later, but I do feel like that's the scenario of this scene. And this is the last scene before we get to Jim talking with George to the DA saying, we're a good, upstanding Christian family. And I love the follow-up where it looks like Catherine is like rolling her eyes and Jim is like very quiet. I love the fact that we had that comedic moment in the actual trailer before we get into like the last 10 or 13 episodes where it was non-stop action. All right, now we get to the last few seconds of the trailer, and we know how Tyler Perry is notorious for having the last 10 to 15 seconds of the trailer reserved for like 20 different scenes. Let me count it up real quick. So after, we have Jim talking to George. Again, I wrote down notes on everything. 1, 2, 3. I counted up to like 17 different scenes between when Jim and Catherine are looking at each other to the end of the trailer with Veronica's like, tonight, what did she say? Tonight just keeps getting better and better. And that is totally accurate. That's totally accurate. But basically, just to break down each and every scene, it looks like we have, the big guy that Candace hired to rough up Hannah is literally picking her up. And it looks like there's a bloody hand involved. And that goes back to the scene earlier in the trailer where it looks like Hannah has blood on her hand and blood on her shirt there too. I don't know if Hannah kills the guy now. That would be pretty crazy if that's what went down. Or if the last thing he said was Candace. I don't know if I were sent by somebody to muscle up someone. I don't know if I were being killed if I would reveal who my employer was. So I'm guessing that Hannah gets spooked, and then that's the end of that. That's just my theory on that. Then after that we have RK and Candace finding money, and I'm guessing that the van that's being set on fire. I don't know if this has anything to do with the dirty work that Veronica wants RK to do. We'll just have to wait and see about that. Right after that we have George and Sarah looking shocked right at each other. So does this have something to do with the missing evidence that George discovered that Sarah's been given away? Is it surprise over the fact that Wyatt Cryer was arrested? Does it have anything to do with the fact that there was an explosion outside of David Harrington's house? There's an upcoming episode where there is supposed to be an explosion in the city. That's a father's regret. An explosion in this small town sets more on fire than just a car. Who knows? And then right after that, we have Jeffrey going over to David's house while FBI is there. It looks like, Jeffrey is just pulling up his car at night, where we actually see the charred remains of Erica's car and the FBI and the police standing there behind the yellow tape. Looks like the FBI is busting into somebody's house, and I think one of the only pieces of dialogue during this 10 seconds of footage is get on the ground. And I don't know who it is. A lot of people, I was talking with Live Money on Instagram. He was saying that what if it's the home of the hitman that Veronica hired to take care of David? It is possible. I mean, it looks like a crack house, to be honest, because there's a lot of smoke, and I literally have no idea who it is. Like, I don't think it's a Malone situation. I feel like since the FBI was at the scene of David's and Erica's, explosion accident, and then we also see FBI outside of, I'm assuming, David's hospital room, that they find out who the guy was that rigged the car to explode and kill Erica and fatally wound David. That's just my theory there. And Hannah is holding Derek, who seems to be crying. We have Catherine running outside too. I'm guessing Hannah, so this is probably around the time that Hannah finds out that Candace took almost $9 million from the Criers. Right after that, we get one of the most surprising scenes of the entire trailer, where we have Gia and Benny having sex, and it's just like, man, I wonder if he knows about Melissa's fate. It's just like, I ain't gonna be mad at Benny, because if I'm being chased by the mob and I know I'm on a ticking clock, you know what? Why not have sex with anybody else you can? I don't know. But maybe this goes back to earlier in the trailer where we see Candace slapping Gia. Maybe Gia or maybe Candace simply finds out that Gia had sex with her brother and then she slaps her as a result. Kind of like when she slapped Erica, when she was like, "That's not so bad," in reference to Benny taking the fall for the Quincy Maxwell murder. If that means Charles and Candace get to fly away into the sunset, where Candace gets a fresh start on life and she slapped the taste out of Erica's mouth. Looks like Veronica arrives at the hotel, walking up to the bar slow. I'm guessing this is Veronica walking up to RK in the episode Laugh Not to Cry, where she asked RK for assistance with some of her dirty work. Then it goes back to another scene I talked about earlier, where Jim is slamming Justin on the table. I don't know why he's doing this. Maybe that big guy who's probably Malone that Justin put in Wyatt's cell attacked Wyatt. Jim finds out about it and then finds out Justin was the cop that put the guy in there. So Jim is going to physically assault him like he assaulted Terrell and the other cops when he found out that Toxic was placed in Wyatt's cell and raped him. So he's going to be angry about that. That's just my assumption on that. Then it looks like Benny's on the ground in that parking lot, from the Malones, where he ends up slamming one of the guy's head through a car window. Derek, and here is another interesting scene of the trailer. It looks like, and I'm going to assume this is outside of Hannah's house. Derek catches a guy in the back, and to be honest, aside from being surprised, it almost looks like Derek knows this guy, because it looks like he was doing what Travis was doing to Kelly's house in If Loving You Is Wrong, where it looks like he's messing around with some of the wiring or something for either an explosion, a fire, or a gas leak. I don't know. And I'm guessing this goes back to my theory about Derek being there to save Hannah, because of the fact that maybe this guy was somebody from the list that Derek gave Veronica, and Veronica wanted revenge on Hannah anyway. So maybe she calls one of the guys to set up something to happen at Hannah's house. Derek, either maybe he's there and Hannah tells him she hears something outside, or maybe Derek arrives that night and sees the guy back there, and then they have a confrontation that leads to when Derek goes inside of the house. Maybe Derek reveals the truth about his past. It's like, hey, this guy is somebody that I knew. Here's my past life. I mean, there are a few reasons a man would cry, so explaining his past to Hannah might be the reason. So this could be a lot of things. Maybe he's crying because he says, like, I'm the guy that raped you when you were younger. I don't know. But I really feel like the guy that Derek catches in the back was probably somebody sent by Veronica to kill Hannah, and then Derek knows this guy because it's one of the same people from the list. Who knows? Maybe Derek gets pissed off because Veronica tried to take out the woman he's dating, and as a result, Derek is going to go back to his old life and send somebody or do it himself to kill Veronica. Who knows? Later on, we also see Jeffrey and Justin in the waiting room of the hospital. Aside from the FBI, I'm assuming this is, again, being outside of David's hospital room. It looks like the nurses are running in there, and this could be from the episode The Damn Defibrillator, because I don't know what the hell Jeffrey is screaming. Is it no? Is it Julia? I cannot for the life of me tell what it was, because closed captioning just said screaming. It didn't really say what was being said. Another scene that's interesting is that we have Jeffrey, and it looks like some random white guy grabbing Veronica. Like, I don't know if this is in her house or in the hospital or what, but I'm guessing this is something Jeffrey does after finding out Veronica was the one that put his father in a near-death condition and the one that put him in the hospital while also killing Erica as a result. And right after that, we have the cops, firemen, and whatnot at the scene of the crime of David's house where the car explosion was. And, you know, the fireman's like, we got a casualty. Then the screen goes to black and we have Veronica talking to, I'm not guessing it's RK because this guy looks like he's in a full suit, clean face. Looks like he has a mustache too. So I'm guessing like a, excuse me, like an older fella. And the trailer ends with, this night keeps getting better and better. Oh Lord, so guys, that was the trailer in a nutshell. Don't think the video's over now. I'm just saying that we went through the actual trailer, we saw it, we talked about every single scene in terms of identifying what's going on in every single screenshot of the trailer itself, but now it's time to try to piece things together. And some of the big things are, you know, as I said before, Derek recognizing the guy in the backyard. And this is the point where you need to really pay attention to key factors like what the characters are wearing, because the same shirt that we see Derek wearing where he recognizes the guy is the same shirt. Sorry, there's some motorcycles and whatnot in the parking lot for some reason. So if you hear any wood, you know, roaring engine sounds, that's what's going on. Sorry about that. But it looks like the same shirt he's wearing is the same shirt that he's wearing when he's being held by Hannah. Something else to pay attention to Hannah, if you look at her hand, it looks like it's bloody and she's wearing like that light purple or white shirt, which is almost the same color. I'm guessing the same color she's wearing when the big guy with the mask is in the house harassing her. So I'm guessing that somehow Hannah gets a bloody hand and she has blood on one of her shoulders on her shirt. And then this is the same outfit she's wearing when we see, you know, her holding Derek. So, damn, does Hannah, like I said in the video where I talked about, you know, will Derek be there to protect Hannah? Will it occur in the same night where the same guy, well, excuse me, the guy that Candace sends to muscle up Hannah for the money, and then the guy that Veronica sends after Hannah for revenge? Is that going to happen in the same night? Hell, there's even a scene where it looks like, Hannah is on her stairs outside of the house screaming, you know, please, like she's calling somebody. I'm going to guess that she calls Derek. That's my guess. She's going to call Derek to come over for assistance. So I don't know why the hell Derek's crying. Is it because he talks about her his past to Hannah? Does he end up killing the guy that's trying to mess around with the house outside and then talks about his past, how he used to be a killer and stuff like that? I have no idea, but major shit's going down. Hannah's in for it. I mean, the fact that I don't even want to list off everything she's been through, but Hannah looks like she's going to be going through the motions. It's almost like the reverse version of how Stella got her groove back, where we see Catherine and Broderick, you know, going at it. And that's a interesting change of pace. And as I said in a video a while ago, what if Jim finds out the truth about Broderick? Like, he already knows that Broderick's, you know, interested in Catherine, but not for the reasons he would assume. It's mostly about the money and whatnot. So I wonder if Jim's going to play a hand in stopping that fling, but we know Catherine's not going to listen to him because she'll just chalk it up as jealousy and the fact that he has whores all the time, especially in his hotel. I mean, her hotel. So, you know, who knows what's going down with that. But will the truth be discovered? We'll just have to wait and see. I'm very interested in knowing about that van situation where RK and Candace go to some black van. Looks like they find a ton of money in there. Well, excuse me, about 6 stacks of money, and then they burn it. Like, I don't know what's going on with that. Like, at first I thought, ooh, what if it's a situation where they put Oscar's body? But that's not going to happen. That doesn't make sense. Let's see here. Then we have the Catherine and, yeah, I talked about it earlier. Let's try to identify where some of these things happen. Where we have Candace and Catherine facing off. Three's a crowd, no doubt about the money. Sorry about that. Chest is hurting. Not heartburn or anything. I'm just like on fire from this episode. The road to hell, you know, after being pushed to the limit, Veronica finally gets her revenge. Pretty sure in that episode coming up next Tuesday, that's when, you know, Veronica tells Hannah that she's going to pay for what she's done. And David gets rushed to the hospital. And let's see here. Oh, I think I mentioned this earlier, but again, this is a long video. But there is a brief scene where it looks like Mitch is talking to one of his family members at the Iron Bone bar, most likely another Malone, obviously, and that's where he learns that, you know, his family is going after Benny, despite knowing that Wyatt Cryer was the one that put Vinny in the hospital. So that's why Benny's being chased down by two guys and gets to a fight with them. So again, I really want to know why they're going after him. I doubt it's about the money per se, but maybe it's the situation of, oh, you hit, what was it, Victor? I forgot the guy's name. No, damn. It was the guy that was holding Benny at gunpoint. Maybe that was it. Then we have, let's see here. I'm trying to go over the big things that I did not talk about. Oh, why is that big guy standing outside what looks to be Hannah's house? I'm guessing that's Hannah's house. Maybe that was the original enforcer that the Malone sent after Benny. And then, you know, the cops get called up and, well, then again, I don't know. Maybe this occurs in the same night, like the same guy, or maybe the people that Hannah is calling on the phone outside of her house is the cops because this big white guy is like harassing her or something. I don't know. Maybe, you know, he's looking for Benny and that's when the cops show up. Or you could chalk it up to, what if this all happens in the same night? Like the same night this big white guy is outside of Hannah's house, it's the same night the guy breaks into her house, muscling her up for the money. And then the same night where the guy's in the back of the house messing around with the wires and stuff. Maybe Hannah calls the cops then, and then this big white guy is standing outside. So the cops assume that's the one. That's when Justin pulls up, gets punched in the face, and that's how he gets arrested. And then he's, ironically enough, in the same cell as Wyatt. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. Guys, this thing is so full. So many things in here. Let's see. I'm trying to just make sure I cover all the big stuff. Nothing I missed. You know, Jeffrey finding out what Veronica did, most likely. Catherine and Jim, Mitch, Benny. Yeah. Shoot. A lot of stuff going on. I'm glad we're seeing Benny and Mitch together. I hope this means they made amends. So, you know, the fact that the truth was revealed, that Wyatt, I'm pretty sure that the Malones find out that Wyatt was the one that did it. And then Mitch is going to be relieved. It's like, oh, so Benny's free to go, right? And then, no, we're still going to go after him because such and such. I feel like that's going to be the situation where Mitch is going to try to help Benny, but at the same time knows he can't do too much because the Malones are pretty much an unstoppable force. Let's see. Damn, yeah, I think I did a pretty thorough job here, folks. I'm making sure I haven't missed anything. I do like the Benny and Gia, the Derek scenes and whatnot. Another big question is whether or not David survives. That's another big question that people are going to be asking me. I know that he's alive because there wouldn't be hospital scenes if he wasn't, but I don't know if he's going to pull through. I hope he does, though. Can you imagine if David dies, Jeffrey will probably kill Veronica. My God, I don't even know. That would be crazy. I don't even know, folks. That would be crazy. Also, real quick, again, I'm looking at zaptoit.com. Three's a crowd. Candace comes face to face with Catherine Cryer. Episode 26, A Father's Regret. An explosion in this small town sets more on fire than just a car. The website still says that both of these episodes are supposed to air on August 28th, 2018. So 3 weeks from now, we could be looking at a 2-hour event, which, like I said before, I'm going to chalk it up as an early birthday present from Tyler Perry because my birthday is on August 29th. And I wonder what that explosion is. An explosion in this small town sets more on fire than just a car. Is this the Malone's work? Is this the explosion at Hannah's house that guy sets up? I don't know. There's just too many possibilities. And keep in mind, it says sets more on fire than just a car. So I doubt this has everything to do with the van that RK and Candace set on fire. So I don't know. That's pretty crazy there. Let's see here. Big guy, RK, Candace, Jeffrey finds out the truth. FBI busts to the house. Yeah, I'm just glad to see the FBI in action. Guys, that, you know, I'm like one of those people, like they finish their job, they got their desk paper. Hang on, I want to pile up my papers here and then do the That's it. I got my paper shake and I got them stacked up again. guys, that was the exclusive look in a nutshell. Well, guys, that is the trailer. That was amazing. I'm going to be honest here. I did not expect to record all of this in one day. I thought I would have to start later tonight, then, you know, fine tune it tomorrow. But I got all my thoughts out there initially. But like I said before, there's going to be a bunch of follow-up videos on specific things like the Broderick Catherine thing. The situation with, you know, the guy being put in Wyatt's cell, the guy that's being sent over to attack Hannah. There is just so much to unpackage, and I just wanted to say this was truly a treat. So thanks again to Tyler Perry for putting this trailer up. You surprised me. It surprised me. I did not expect this. I remember talking about how I was slightly disappointed in the trailer we got back after Till Death Do Us Part, where the trailer for The Road to Hell seemed to be a standard run-of-the-mill next Tuesday on the Haves and the Have-Nots, like 25-30 second teaser, instead of a full-on extended trailer where we get a look at all the upcoming, well, not all, but a bunch of scenes from various episodes in the upcoming chunk on OWN. So once again, I cannot thank you enough. Thanks to Ford. I know I'm kind of like rambling on and stuff, but I can't stop here. I mean, I literally had to say thank you to everyone. Like I said at the beginning of the video, special shout out to Keith Burke, aka Derek, and Giovanni, aka Broderick. I know I didn't pronounce your last name. I don't want to offend you because I tried to pronounce it out loud before recording and I cannot get it right. First of all, love your hair game, man. It must be the Italian stuff. It's pretty slick. But there is just so much to talk about in this video. But guys, I really hope you enjoyed this breakdown. I hope that you do me a favor by going out there and sharing this video around, by tweeting links, you know, hashtag HAHN, tag Tyler Perry in it. I mean, I was talking with a buddy of mine on Instagram. I was like, you know what? I know how, you know, some different like franchises and directors and whatnot invite people out to premieres for stuff. But I would love if Tyler Perry had like a mini get together for some super fans to meet with the cast or just watch the episode. And not to mention, Nobody's Fool comes out pretty soon here in theaters. So I would love to be invited to a premiere for that. That would be pretty slick. And I know it's, you know, dreaming big, but, you know, if you don't speak it into existence or think about it, it's not going to happen. But either way, you know, my main goal is to get 100,000 subscribers on the channel because I want that silver play button. I feel like that'll be a rite of passage. Like, the channel's great, don't get me wrong, but I like the physical embodiment of hitting a milestone, like the fact that I did this. I didn't have a boss. I didn't have a supervisor. I left my call center job last October to do YouTube full time. So 100,000 is my dream. So Giovanni, Keith, you know, I look to you all as inspiration because you are out there doing your dreams as actors and doing projects and working on different things. This is like my special project. So I hope that if you enjoy this video, guys, I hope, you know, Keith and Giovanni and any other cast member for that matter, like Rocky or Jennifer Salas, and even people that died on the show, Philip Boyd, Oscar, Melissa, if you all enjoyed this video, because I know, like, I'm only one person. I know I can go, you can only go so far by yourself. If you can do me a solid favor, guys, Giovanni, Keith, and everybody else, if you could please send this video to Tyler Perry, just to let him know, hey, there's this guy out there who has this YouTube channel. He talks about all of your shows all the time. You know, like I said, I'm a super fan now, but don't get me wrong. I talk about the things I love about these shows, but then I talk about the things I don't like that much. But like I said, I'm just a fan. But I'm just saying, like, if Tyler Perry could see this, this would be awesome. But I would love for this video to blow up, get a lot of views, a lot of comments and whatnot. Get your thoughts, because like I said before, even though I did a thorough job and I had people sending me screenshots, there might have been something I missed, just like in that trailer for The Road to Hell. Like, I didn't notice until a few days ago when somebody sent me a pic. Hey, did you notice that we saw Melissa splattered on the ground? I did not know that. So let me know in the comments what you thought about this trailer, because I'm still going through messages from last night. I haven't heard a negative thing about this trailer. Just nonstop action. People are surprised at everything they saw. Some people didn't even catch everything, which is completely understandable because there were a lot of blink and you miss moments. Also, I don't know how Tyler Perry does it, but I don't know how, but like the camera work, I keep talking about this all the time, but I can't stop. The camera work, the lighting, all the different outfits of the characters. I don't know how, but it's almost like these next section of episodes look even better than the last chunk we got from May to July. And those were some of the best looking episodes from my opinion there. So guys, I'm going to stop right here. Thank you all so much for supporting the channel. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Please get this video out here. I really want people to see it. I know we're about to hit 40,000 subscribers, which is again a huge milestone for the channel, but millions of, there are over millions of views of the show each Tuesday. That lets me know there are hundreds of thousands of have and have not Tyler Perry and own fans who don't even know this channel exists. So do me a solid. I'm not asking you for a penny. All I'm asking you for is to, share this video around, share my channel around, put it on Twitter, Instagram. I know there are a ton of have and have not Facebook groups, maybe Google Plus. Go out there, share this stuff around. I don't even have a Pinterest, but maybe there's a Tyler Perry or have and have not Pinterest. So guys, please help me. I put a lot of work in this video. I put a lot of work in all my videos. So please do me a favor and get my videos out there. Get people to watch, get people to subscribe. That's all I'm asking. So with that being said, click on that subscribe button. The bell notification icon is a must, because I'm pretty sure that I'm going to upload this video and there are going to be people who are surprised where this video come from because they didn't click the bell notification icon. So I don't want you to miss out, but keep your eyes on the channel. I have a ton of other videos coming. Like I said before, this trailer video has birthed a lot of other theory and discussion videos. I want to try to do some live streams towards the end of the week, but like I said before, my church back at home, which is only an hour away, has homecoming weekend this Sunday, so I'm probably going to be home for a few days. I might be home on Tuesday when The Road to Hell airs, so if I am, I'm going to live tweet, but I won't live stream because whenever I'm at home, the live stream quality sucks. So when I come to Lynchburg, most likely Wednesday, I'll do live streams then. So again, guys, stay blessed. Thanks for watching. Share this video around, and next Tuesday, we are in for one heck of a ride.